come back to a little fairy fountain. That's okay. We're in a place of healing. Nothing can hurt us here. Because we're drawing Zelda. That's all we need to know. Okay, it feels pretty responsive. I've got the iPad going. I've been experimenting with the cameras. This is iPad. iPad camera is the best of all cameras, but potentially the bitrate is too high. I set it down now manually, as low as I can get it, basically. We'll see how it does, you know. It's a late stream on a Friday night. No one knows we're here. It's just me and myself. Okay. Well, let's make a whole new saved version where we start to introduce. So what we've done so far, let's recap just ever so slightly. Yes, in the histories of this stream, we've done wonderful drawings, culminating in amazingness. And now we are here. Here we are. Specifically here. This is us. And here we are. Here now. It's time to draw the sun. I don't know if I've ever really painted a sun from scratch. Should I do it? Should I try? It seems extremely challenging. It's so challenging because I'm trying to exercise a kind of patience that I wouldn't normally have. Now the sun is not red like this, we know that, but if I'm doing this right, hang on. Trying to figure out what is brighter. The sun or that light. The sun has to be brighter than all of these things that are in the shade of the sun. I'm just going to mess around a little bit. Just see what I can learn. At this brightness, I think it is brighter than the whitest here. But that's just a start. We need it even brighter. Okay, red to the maximum. Yellow halfway, and blue maybe here? Where does that get us? Kind of paint it in. That's definitely the brightest in the sky. So that's a start. Kind of liking how that's going. We're in the early stages of how we are lighting the sun light hitting this scene. Right now, we've only got it lit with the ambient blue light from the rest of the sky with the sun subtracted. Now we're adding the sun in. It's gonna rim light, backlight, backlit. The effect is going to be unmistakable. But the challenge for me is to keep it subordinate to the focal point of the composition. Okay. We have a very orangey golden glow coming from the sun in the distance. And it's been subdued a bit. It's as if it's being cut with the haze of a faraway smoke of a volcano, for instance. Such a volcano might exist in a fantasy realm. If this color becomes brighter and more orange, it might look like this. That doesn't look right. Let's try that again. If this color becomes a little bit brighter and a lot more orange, that still doesn't look right. Let's keep going. That color gets brighter. and a lot more orange. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave some of that blue behind. Okay. Brighter overall. But, oh shit. Click the wrong button. Okay. A little bit brighter overall. But a lot more orange. It looks something like that. I like the color, just not the application. We'll see. Thinking about it now, the intensity might be a little much. Okay, not that one. Let's try this one. So that's as crazy as it goes, which is where it was. I think that's a little closer to the range we're looking at here. What does this color look like if we add just a little bit of light overall and then a lot of orange brightness? It's starting to make sense now. Or maybe I'm wrong, but... Man, everybody gets some rim light. Ooh. Man, what's the color of these trees? Jeez. Well, kinda dark. We'll give it a lot of that orange glow. Let's see if we hate it. Oh, lighting up trees I couldn't even see. Kind of like that. And now all of a sudden, we're at these little birds. Color of the birds. Now they already are reflecting blue light, so we start there. Bump it all up just a little bit, and then add a lot of the orange light. This will be pretty bright. Let's see how it looks. They're like books that are opening and closing. Opening and shutting towards the light. Simple as that. I love that the iPad camera seems to be working with the versatility of the this is good because this is about the priciest camera I could buy for a stream, and I already owned it. That's cool. That's cool. Coming back. We're working our way from farthest to closest. So, next up, the far arm of the Octorok. Well, let's see. It's so nutty. Is that the color? How is it so dark? Just gets darker and darker. Sort of insane. But bump it up just a little and add a lot of that orange light. Let's see what happens. No. I don't like it. I love it. Application is important. It's sort of interesting. It feels like this little tentacle would cast a shadow. So, let's say we... Can we go back far enough? Yes. All right. Now we do a little thought experiment of sorts. If this is our selection, which it is, and we opt to remove from that selection the portion that might be colored from this tentacle as the whole thing is receiving light from here to here. You see my cursor? Interestingly, it's the sort of from the path of the birds flocking away. It's funny, when I do these compositions, I'm not thinking that hard. Believe it or not. But when I come back and I reflect on some of the choices that I made early on, they seem so deliberate. Okay. Now I see the shadows in the wrong place, but we see the theory is not entirely bad. Select it all again. And the part we remove, it's probably closer to something like that. This is the additive process. We don't need to paint shadows in. We paint the light in, and then wherever we didn't paint the light in, there's the shadow. No light over here. turn that on. Just in case anybody's like, is this Zelda? It's Friday at midnight. It's just me and myself. Next up is the wonderful Octorok sack, but what's fun... Oop. The same color we used over here applies over here. It's the same material, the same local color. That might be a little much. What is happening here? That's not how I color. Here, this is problematic. Obviously, these are like lines where we're trying to almost make a photographic painting. That'll have to be mitigated. But we have time to push that off. Okay, this was sort of one half of the sack, if you will. Make a selection for the rest. Paint into that a little bit. Not over here, because the sun isn't reaching over there. Funny where even when I try, awkward gaps remain. At least some here. It's a little bit cheated, for sure. But it needs some. Brighter overall. Plus some of that special golden color. Not to go too insane. Interesting. I wonder if there's some fun lessons to be learned. Why do some things look good when we don't expect them to? Not to go overboard. Don't need to, but be so helpful sometimes to repudiate the analytical and embrace the emotional. After all, you're so smart. Why aren't you happy? Right? It isn't bad to get lost for a bit, knowing that you can pause the game and come back later. Kill everybody. In the game, of course. Hey, Squirrel Reaper. I didn't notice you quite there just yet, but the man, it's been a day. It's a day of good things, but nothing I'm used to. Certainly not used to plowing through half of a coloring job in within 24 hours. Anyway, hope you're doing well. My daughter had a wonderful horseback riding session, and now she's obsessed with horses, which is great. So, you know, it's great. Horses are free, right? Yeah. I am just zoned in a bit, trying to bring the setting up for the sculpt. Is your do you kind of do like a pre-sculpt before you... Yeah, horse riding is good. It's one of those things that, like, if it does turn out to be her passion, I'll be quite glad about that. But I don't hold out much for what I want. Doing a sketch, like a blockout. Okay, I was about to say, I was like, if I was doing sculptures, like, there's something about sculpting feels very final. Like it would be sensible to go in with a prototype. Yeah. Don't call me a sculptor, but I had to do it all from scratch. A block out, that's interesting. The hold on, I have to... Speaking of undoing, Jesus. All the shit I just did needs to go away. Okay. Yeah, you want to go with simple shapes, low poly. Low poly. Just get the forms in. Yeah, for real. It's funny, like, because I hadn't done a extended stream, like when I'm not streaming, for instance, I'm not doing the Zelda stuff, which is, which would be like, okay, yeah, well, you're not doing the Zelda stuff, but I'm like, the Zelda stuff is the only color work that I do at all. And it's interesting that the fact of the recent prolongment of my engagement with thinking about, like being like, okay, what am I thinking about? Like, okay, like, what color is this going to be? Like, how can I figure this out and test it and get a result I'm happy with. I have almost no experience with that outside of this stream. Outside of the past 5-6 years. So when I did today's deep dive, where I was streaming a long time and like really getting into it, I came home today and I was like, I want to keep going because it feels like it's fresh in my mind. The thinking, the sculpture of the scene. I mean, it's very alive in my head. I just want to get it out after thinking about it. Now that's a potentially like a potentially a minefield fraught with danger. But I'm like, well, I like to live dangerously, and yeah, I'm tired, but everybody else in my family right now is already asleep. They had such a fun day doing horseback riding. My wife came home. So my wife came home and she's like, I'm dying. No, she didn't say that, but she said she's like, I'm sick. And my wife never gets sick. So that was a funny indication that her allergies are suddenly acting up. I think that's the most benign conclusion, is that, you know, that's normal. You know, humans can have seasonal allergies. But her reaction to it was a little much. Still, she went right off to bed. I read the kids some books, got them to bed. And now it's just me again, and I just felt, you know, why not? I'm not that sleepy yet, so. Yeah, exactly. Let's sleep this off. Knowing her, she'll wake up fresh as a daisy, and she'll be like, hey, get up. We got stuff to do today. And we do. We have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. If she is sick tomorrow, you know, we might pare it back a little, but, you know, there's no days off from being a dad. Or house. The house chores. Everything, every day, needs attention. Not today, allergies. That's funny. Well, it's different for me. Like, I grew up in a very, not far from here, Squirrel Reaper, you don't live in Los Angeles, so I'm gonna pull up a picture of where I grew up. These are the Los Angeles on a whole resembles a little bit of this, but where I grew up is a place called Chatsworth, and there are these very distinctive stone formations, giant boulders as big as a house, with desert scrub. Here, this is more or less, you wouldn't say that's in my backyard, but it's in my neighbor's backyard. Oh, you can't see it here. This thing. Your cam is covering it. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm a doofus. But here, you can see these are almost like mashed potato scoopings of These formations, I mean, these are houses here in the foreground, and that's a boulder there in the background. Like 20 miles further out. So there's a certain distinctiveness. Where hiking and, dare I say it, horses are known to frequent. So horses are a animal that, you know, I didn't grow up with them in my home, but my neighbors did. But my wife did not. So her trip out to the horse ranch today was probably a good steeping of allergens. And what is affecting her right now, I may have some natural immunity to, or that could have faded by now. It would be very hard to tell. Because I didn't go with them, but anyway, in the morning, we'll have a sense of it. Okay. Yeah, I heard introducing small amounts of the allergy can help with strengthening the resistancy. I never looked to fact check it though. It's true, the poor little there are many. I live in a part of LA where there are more worries than problems, and it's not uncommon for people to overstate their propensity for allergic reaction to things that may or may not be real. What is it? Nature versus nurture. Listen, allergies are real things, but being a hypochondriac is a real thing too. That might need a little bit more. There we go. But it's weird. I want it to... More than anything, the most important thing is we retain a sense of that energy. And if we... If what we add ends up taking away... Everything we add is just something extra to look at. Is it worth the exchange to stop and smell the roses? You know. Let's be smart about where we plant them. We have a choice. even here. Obviously down here at the base of this arm, the sunlight can't hit it, but maybe here. Just for a second. Let's get a little bit of that. A sense that the light can come in and out of the shadow. Maybe that's enough. Look at my damn face. How can I fix my wrinkles? How can I iron them out? Whether realistic or not, we're gonna get rim light on our heroes here. Maybe not all of their forms. We'll be picky about it. But we're gonna do it. Ooh. Some of this forest needs a little... It's possible that some of it gets a little bit of this light. Just a little bit of a bump overall. And then a lot this orange glow. Equal parts red and green is yellow, but more red than green would equal orange. And since we're adding it, it's going to be brighter. Everywhere that I add it is light. And everywhere that I don't, shadow. And it feels good. That's good for now. What's left? Midgrass. Let's try it. I can see some light getting through. It has to if it's going to hit the heroes. Just a bump overall. And then a lot of red and half as much green. We'll make an orangey light. Where will it intercept? I love this song. That's enough hand references. What do you mean about that? Squirrel Weeper, show me what you're working on. Do something to distract me. Or don't. You don't have to. You know, I'm just I'm curious what you mean about hand references. I was just going through an online finding female hand references for this Funko Pop design, even though it's just a Funko Pop and the hands are fairly stylized. Okay. I don't own any Funko Pop stuff myself, but some of the smartest people I know are obsessed with the concept of collecting more and more. So, oh, just trying to get. All right. So you're doing a Funko Pop sculpt. That's what you're doing. I'm inferring. You're feeding me tidbits. Yes. Yeah. I'm quite the sleuth. You're like, oh, how obtuse is Max? We'll find out. If I give him obvious hints, will he figure out the obvious? Eventually, possibly. I've not been much satisfied with much in my life artistically, but the way that the light from this sun is hitting this patch of grass, that almost feels right. Now, can I make something like that happen here? If I can, it'll be amazing. Do you have any, I mean, do you have a lead in the Funko Pop sector? No, don't worry about that. You're typing, I'm talking, and there's definitely translation involved. I'm only halfway curious. I'm having seen your sculpting, having seen your sculpting, which is excellent, and then Funko Pop, which feels like almost anybody could sculpt that. No shade to you about that, but it feels like almost like an easy win if I were to say it. So they have an opening, so you figure to apply. All right, this is good. Yeah, like here I am. Like, I don't have any like connections at Nintendo. It's so funny, the reality of reality, but the there's no, despite everything I've worked on and done, like, take away one or two connection points in the equation, and there's literally no path forward for me to do anything outside of what I'm already doing right now, which is just storyboarding commercials that are not particularly satisfying to work on. Having worked on many commercials, I will definitely say that these are not my favorites. And yet, I don't have enough latitude. That's what this is for. That's what this is for, and I'm you know, the scroll, it's just you and me. We're thousands of miles. I mean, I don't know where you are, but we're probably thousands of miles apart, and yet it's like you could be in your jail cell right next to mine. There's the wall. There's you on the other side. We can talk to each other. We're communicating with Morse code. And I'm like, hey man, I'm digging out of here. Are you with me? You're like, hell yeah. Getting out of here. You and me, or you or me, but we're gonna try, right? This is it. That's right. I think I've talked about this sometimes, but the what is it, that movie? The Count of I keep thinking Count Cagliostro. Castle of Cagliostro. Count of Monte Cristo is the movie. Good storytelling. Good storytelling in that novel. Movie adapted novel. I haven't read the novel, but I've definitely seen the movies. The myriad adaptations that are pretty excellent. Don't screw up a good book is my advice to directors. Cagliostro, you just saw that Lupin movie. Alright, no way. Oh. You know, I like to live dangerously by clicking links in my chat. Let's see here. Yay, this looks great. I love it. It's Halloween-y? Is this a specific... Obviously, it's rough. I'm going to click another one. Oh, that's great. Is that you? The Catwoman? The second image is an official model. Okay. So you're doing a Halloween theme, and this is an official model with a Catwoman with the audacious buns. The bodies are surprisingly well done. They've given you license to draw inspiration. I see. Oh my gosh, the smile of the pumpkin. All right, well, let's bring this in. This is important. We can analyze this. I guess the so much of the fun, I guess, of the Funko Pop is taking the head and commodifying it across many different intellectual properties to be so similar that the differences are non-existent. So then it's all about the context, which is interesting. The bodies are surprisingly well done. I'm glad she definitely gives off the Halloween theme. I love the pumpkin, allowing for more opportunity of face expression because that head is a challenge. I mean, it reads as Funko Pop to me. Now you've got orangey eyeballs, which is different. I'm commenting on things that are standing out. This is not to say it's good or bad. I'm just giving you my first blush opinions. There are these fun bent. It looks like there's like a dead person nearby. Am I wrong about that? It's almost reading as a an expired dude. I'm not sure, like the who this is. I'm not necessarily knowing who it is. I know the Catwoman isn't yours. The witch with the snake is mine. I'm not sure I'm reading the snake. Don't take it in any bad way, because I can tell this is early. I can tell. But, I'll bring this in. Bringing it in. This is Squirrel Reaper Exposed. Here we go. Yeah, homie, you mean I've been, here's, you're at this stage right here. Here's your, like, I want my, here's my work in progress. Can I have feedback? And I'm like, well, got some work to do, you know. You stick with it though. You get there. All right. I like this fun tie. Everything's looking good. Did they supply the model? I mean, that has to help a lot to I mean, if it was me, okay. Don't over-index on my outside opinion, but there's an opportunity with this crossed, like, I dig the crossed arm pose. If you have the skill to pull it off, a little cleavage, even if it's almost the more, okay. So you were able to pull in like a reference that was helpful, even if it wasn't an official reference. It's not. Let's take as innocent compared to our exploitative common culture in this brave new world that we have. There's a lot of dynamism and anatomy, let's just call it that, in the you know, can you find a way to find the highlights? Look at this. Will you find the crevices that will yield people's hands will reach and click like. It'll be like this on all that before they can help themselves. After they click like, they'll notice the Batman sculpture. That's on this sculpture. That's not yours, but there's potential for that here in your in here. You know, start where you're comfortable. I mean, you're just starting. Is this on a pumpkin pie tin? What is this? What is this? I only ask because my wife is constantly cooking pumpkin pies. Should Here's some refs of the actual. She has a vest. I'm going to make the vest really flowy. More of a mid-block out piece. All right. Yeah. Okay, well, this is your Valkyrie character. Obviously, this is all the right anatomy. I recognize this character. I can't interact with this. It looks like I'm like supposed to be able to pull it around. This looks incredible. But if cleavage in the middle is a bit more in that area. Your instincts are aligned with my. You can control scroll in. See how good I can be at that. What did I click away? Here, we can come back. Here. I can see your cursor here. That's funny. I can scroll. Oh, my zoom in doesn't work the way it's supposed to on the thing. Oh, that's a shame. All right, well. Listen, A+ for the progress so far. That's very comfortable saying that. All right, here's a new link. Here's a new link I can click. Okay, is this not an OC or is this a not that I would necessarily know, but I don't follow. She's from Soul Eater, an anime. Okay, so this is a. You probably told me this. Medusa the Snake Witch. Okay, this is. Let's see here. Is there? So I see this symbology. This is some sort of. Bit of an interesting eye. All this is good. She got snake tattoos. That's good. Okay, her hair braids. That makes sense. Now that makes sense. The other thing. It's got the little opening for her collar. All things are good. Here. What are the arrows? The pointing. I'm just super curious now. Will they be snakes? They don't have to be. I'm just curious. And does the Medusa of this anime character turn people to stone as the original ancient Greek ones will? Slits for the shoulders can be expressive and helping with the revealing nature. All this I agree with, yes. Where and when do they have their deadline? Curious. So now I apologize because at first blush, I thought I was seeing her referenced as your sort of a harpy character Am I wrong there? Let's see here. Another link. Ah, okay. So this is so the snakes are sort of graphic in their nature. Those arrows are magic razor sharp arrow sheet controls. This is a little akin to the I think you're a little younger than me, but when I was 11 years old, 10 years old, there was this new game called Mortal Kombat with a guy who could throw an arrow into the chest of another person, yank him across the screen, give him an uppercut that would send him to the dungeon below and impale him on the spikes. So I do think I follow. But this is cool. What is this anime called? If you probably already said, but get over here. Finish him. Soul Eater. Huh. Soul Calibur. It's great for a Halloween watch, though it's more of a PG-13 show. Well, I've been known to, well, this is cool. Magical Medusa. Try to think here. What is it? Something will occur to me. It'll probably hit me after stream, but like I've drawn a Medusa character. I'm almost positive in the past. She puts into body, she can kill from the inside. Well, now I finally see the snake. Now, is this snake what I saw represented in the other drawing? Is it here? Yes. Okay, so that feels like that is this. Yes. So now I see it. Okay. So anybody who knew what Soul Eater was would recognize this, but me being a total weeb, noob, person who doesn't know what Soul Eater is, I've failed the test. I'm okay with that. I don't need to be an expert in everything. But that's fun. All right, I proclaim it a brilliant success. It is the best play yet written. Love the progress. Let's keep it up. When is the when obviously you have a due date. It must be October something, right? Oh, that is a biting yawn. It's hard. Oh, I love this track. Due date is mine. Keep telling yourself to hurry up and finish it. That's a good one. Okay, but here's the cardinal sin. Here's what's bad. You ready for this? This is bad, and I can tell it from here. This isn't a criticism on you. I won't ever criticize you or anybody before I dig into myself here. The light on this section of grass feels like it's brighter than the light here. in the sun, which is not possible if we're doing this right. Now, I like the way that's hitting, so I'm not necessarily about to mess everything up just yet. And if I zoom out, I can actually see that there is a difference, that the sun is brighter. But it shouldn't be close enough that there is any doubt, even at any viewing distance. So that's something we're going to have to correct for. Now, let's see what happens when we light up the tree. A little bit brighter overall. A lot of orange light. Sort of getting hit right there. Trying to be fast since the position is available, but none of my sculpts are finished. The way I approach what I'm doing right now is everything that I can do to learn from is worth like twice as much as I can get paid for. But when we're talking about learned, I mean demonstrably learned. Reproducibly. Under pressure. Can be done. Look at this. One more thing to share. I love this. This is good. The share is so important to me. Let's see here. Ah, this is extreme. Gonna play with really expressing those hands out. Is this you? You painted this? Okay, different anime, but I love how the artist posted this together. Don't be surprised if I'm like super impressed by what other artists do, or you, or myself. The whole point is we celebrate the human achievement here. Phelan Tudin. Marcio Donato. There's lots to like here. The more I analyze it, the more I question little bits of stuff, but yeah, I was just impressed, just taken back. What I like about this is I hate the term But but I think it applies here. There's a vibe here that is very awesome and very applicable to, I think, your aesthetic, to what you were striving for. And I can see the connection. Even this little face is a little Funko Poppy. Obviously, neither of these people are Medusa. Oh, and besides everything I might complain about, the composition, excellent. So these were the hand references then that you were describing, because you were describing hand references. These are griffin claws. No, I just pulled this up last night. Remember this existed and pull it up before bed. Interesting. This reminds me a bit of El Greco. You'll forgive me. Hopefully you'll forgive me, but the Renaissance painter El Greco, I wouldn't call him anywhere near the greatest of Renaissance painters. That is not the case, but he definitely was a Mannerist and definitely a precursor to Impressionism, as I understand it. Yeah. Such a truism that the more you search, the less you find. At least as far as Google goes. I think even if I just click here, you'll probably get a sense that I may have had a inkling of the connection. These days, I can't even tell if this is even a real El Greco or just some AI art stuff. His way was so stylized, and then, as a result, just so incredibly easy to bastardize with AI shit. Holy shit, is that a real watercolor? What is this? Holy moly. Oh, fuck you. Wow. That's a sky. Oh, come on. That's cool. Look at that. Sorry, I got a little distracted, but that's just a fun sky. Okay, let's see here. Today I went in and found a real woman's hands in multiple poses. That's something I used in a lot of hand massage tutorials and a good motion of hands and such. It's interesting. Here we go. Let's click here. All right. Good hands. Obviously, like with a Funko Pop kind of scale, you have to be so you have to bring an editing eye to the form, like all the new, like you obviously you can't really get tendons into the hand equation, right? I'm guessing, but the feels like that would be much too much. Here's me drawing reflected leaves on this fallen tree. And it's hopefully now making sense, like what's happening in the foreground versus the background. Even looking back at Catwoman's hands, they were pretty expressive, yeah. Here, we'll go back. I'll keep Catwoman right here. Yeah, but they're obviously like simplified. These are little like spaghetti tubes. Like it's the simplest way. Oh shit. It's like the simplest way you could express such a thing. Which is the pitfall. That's the hardest. Simplifying is hard. Adding detail is easy. That's the easiest thing. I know, you want more detail? Here's more information. This just in. More information. More made-up facts. Yeah, but not as simple as I thought they would be when I thought of Funko Pop. I'm not as versed as many must be in the Funko Pop realm. Funko Pop realm. But you're well on your way to your hire. I'm excited about the progress in hand. I feel they're a mix of Bugs Bunny, yes, actually, and Rectangular. I wasn't really versed either. I never really cared for them, but don't tell them that. All right, now I feel obliged to tell you that I don't get what it's about, other than like, look how all these different pop culture things can look the same. I guess it's a licensing thing. I guess if you need to have everything about everything, you can, you know, you're an obsessed fan about, you can have a Funko Pop version of everything. So just one more thing to collect, I guess. Thing to be limited and collectible. Shit. There's that. Okay, horse. Where did my face go? Oh my god. What happened to my face? What happened to my face? Okay, I'm gonna try and... Can I nudge myself over? I didn't mean to disappear. Oh, come on. Is that what happened? Did I do it wrong there? Poof. Yeah, I'm still here. Okay. Oh, come on. Can I? So what I'm trying to do is figure out a way to bring my face back. I guess I can't. This might be the only way. Alright, we're gonna ignore my face. We're gonna ignore my face for a little bit. We'll be okay. We'll survive. We don't need my face. It will only cause trouble. I have to increase the brightness of this sun, though. Something like this feels a little bit closer. And then what'll be next is the highlights on the Octorok have to get pumped up a bit. That's okay. We'll get there. These are my Nendroids. They're way more my vibe, but I'm not completely dissing Funko. I do like that it allows for quick compositions, not working on multiple month projects. That's a good, well, these look cool. They're like, 3D chibis. Don't take offense. I'm way exacted from culture, so I don't recognize these characters. I won't assume you did these. I won't assume that, but yeah, like 3D chibis. You don't know them either. Well, they do look cool. I mean, I would just guess that, like, oh, they're all Final Fantasy. Gosh. Last I played Final Fantasy, it was Final Fantasy VII, so they must be up to Final Fantasy XI by now, right? Yeah. It's probably Final Fantasy 20. Actually, they've gone all the way around the circle, and I know for a fact they've remade Final Fantasy VII, so that's wonderful. Final Fantasy 16 was the latest. Interesting. I'm glad they're still going. Squirrel Weeper, did you ever play Secret of Mana? If I bring this game up, do you know what I'm talking about? You know of it? Okay. There's a, my heart is sliced in half. One half, it is Zelda. The other half, it is a solid Secret of Mana. This game continues to provoke. You know, Zelda goes on and on. Secret of Mana lives in a... Now, they make remakes now, I guess, which is a fun... That art is your cup of tea? Well, then don't ditch me yet, because when I'm done with Zelda, we're coming back. I don't know about the 3D remake stuff, but there's a part of me that is still playing this game on a little TV in my old bedroom. Zelda, I went and beat, and you know, I did all the things, and all of that was great, and it was amazing. It's still amazing, and then I did Ocarina of Time, I did all those things. But Secret of Mana, I never managed to beat it. I came back, and as an adult in my 20s, tried again, Still couldn't beat it. You know, that's hard. It's a Squaresoft game. You know, that's not. It's staunchly in between the Zelda and Final Fantasy existences. You know, you've got the real-time combat. You're not doing your turn-based. You never played it? You don't have to play it. It's a I'm not sure if it translates well to the modern audience, but Secret of Mana, I hate the term, but it's a vibe. It really is. It's a vibe. It's crazy. And I'm not joking when, you know, I'm like looking for new music. I'm like, do they have Secret of Mana lo-fi yet? Lo-fi and chill Secret of Mana? So that's all I need. Once that is out, I'm like, bye Zelda. I'm onto the Secret of Mana train. It's not like Secret of Mana needs a movie. Yes, it doesn't, but and the story is not, it's not like earth-shatteringly amazing. It's great, but it's not, you know, I don't know. There are many it's not turn-based. You get in there, there's action. So Secret of Mana, believe it or not, you could do this 2-player. You and a buddy could fight on the same screen at the same time, as long as you were both next to each other on a Super Nintendo. For an RPG 2-player game, like I used to play with homies, and I still want to play with my younger brother. I'm like, fuck, like we gotta figure out a way to do this. It's like I'm gonna ditch my drawing and just do a bunch of Secret of Mana streams. That sounds fucking awesome. You know, it's a wide world of emulators out there. Just let the music hook you. You have to get about 15 minutes into the game, and then you'll start to see like why the music is so. It's the best music in any Nintendo game. It's the music in Secret of Mana is. It makes the Link to the Past music look like child's play. It's amazing. Just being honest. And I love Zelda music, so it's kind of crazy. But it's sort of one of those esoteric games like not everybody knows about. It's just, it didn't get the... I remember the Nintendo Power hyped it up like it was going to be the next biggest thing. It didn't materialize that way. But I owned the game. I got all my friends to play it. We all loved it. It was wasn't one of those things that it was a slow burn. It was a cult classic is what it was. Give it a shot. You get around to it, you know, you hate it, you know, tell me so. If you love it, you know, you don't have to spend a dime of your money, just your time. These days. All right, let's see here. This little horse hide. What's it look like with a bunch of orange light on its ass? Give it a shot. Give it a shot. Because then, if you're into it, yeah, that looks awesome. It's not my... I won't call it my magnum opus. But this image... I might like this image way better than this one. And I worked on this one a long time and made it look good. But this one is coming together so damn quick. And I'm really here for it. Since it's not turn-based. It's not turn-based. It's not turn-based, and the I guess my only caution is save regularly so that you don't lose too much work if you are killed on the near to the final boss, because that's easy to happen. And if you're sensitive like me, it might be too much to bear. I'm gonna try and wrap up soonish, but I'm so into the progress. Who am I kidding? Hard to break away now. We're gonna go further. All we have to do, just like I advised you. Oh, Jesus Christ, why can't I bring back my fucking face? Oh God. Stop it. How do I do this? Jesus Christ. Here's literally what I have to do now. Well, that works. Close enough, I guess. That's my iPhone. So that's my backup camera now. This is my iPhone. And the iPhone blocks the chat readout, so. And again, the brightness of this horse's butt. It insists that we must make the sun even brighter. Within reason. There we go. There was a medley fan cover. I thought it might have been Secret of Mana, but it's Chrono Cross. Okay. So Chrono Trigger is a bit of a spiritual successor to the Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, all those. They're more or less spin-offs of Secret of Mana. And Secret of Mana itself, I recently learned, is a spin-off of a Game Boy Advance that came earlier, which is crazy. I didn't even know about that. So I'm just peeling back the layers myself, because I thought Secret of Mana itself was its own original concept as a sort of real-time RPG apart from Zelda. Obviously, like, Zelda has its way where it feels like it's the originator of the real-time RPG, but not the group party RPG. Do you want to give the medley a look? It's pretty good. A fan cover, no DMCA flags. It never gets muted for Mew. I don't understand what you're talking about. Yes, send me your link or post it in the thingy thing. Squirrel Reaper, I have a Discord that no one uses and nobody cares about, but next I get a chance, I'll figure out a way to extend an invite. That might be the more modern day way of saying, hey, pass me links and such like that. Let's see here. Is this music, right? Here, let me all right, we'll give this a shot for a little bit. This sounds in the this is in the aesthetic, the musical aesthetic and the vibe. It is such where the emotion of when you experience this stuff as a kid and it's just little tiny sprites that barely emote, they sort of do they've got like 5 action poses or something like that. I see what you're talking about with this stuff. It looks great. This is quite involved. This is good. There's a community here. 1.8 million views. Holy shit. This is good. People are commenting like as of 2 weeks ago. That's cool. There's something about the reality of where your imagination takes you. I think that's the power of art, is not in the representation, but in the imagination it inspires in the viewer. It's really cool to see how people come together for these remote sessions. Oh, that's awesome. What inspires us from within, like, I guess it's similar to what I'm doing right now, where, like, I'm tired. I woke up at 4 a.m. today, and I'm not done today until I'm done, and I'm not done yet. I'm gonna keep going. This music's rad. Thank you. Here, I'm gonna bookmark this. Add it to my, shit, I have to, oh shit, I fucked it up. Here, we'll go back to where it was. There we go. But it's getting bookmarked. Because that's the vibe. This, I know that once I get a little sunlight on these characters, the scenes, I'm going to come back to the scene tomorrow and it's going to be real. I'll have everything I need to continue. Man, that's what I love. I mean, I don't know if, I don't know if it's like strictly a Twitch thing, but like the I guess there's other streaming platforms, but I'm like, the way that I'm getting the inputs that I couldn't account for, these inspirational nodes that are clicking into place. There's no way for me to make assumptions about what might be there, but the fact that they come anyway, it's just so awesome. A little bit of sunlight glistening on Link's shoulder, his skin, gets its own special color, just the way it is. His hair, same deal. It's really starting to feel like it's a scene. It's like it's too much now. I can't break away. Hilt of the sword. Okay. Let's get... Now Zelda, she can't be more in the sun than Link, and Link is already on the edge. But I have to try and do something, even if it's just a little bit of light glowing through her cowl. I'm gonna try. This definitely sounds like the same composer as, I mean, I know these guys are given their own rendition, but this kind of like funkiness of the, I mean, I'm not a musician, so where it feels like it has the same vibe. I don't know how to describe it, but it's the aesthetic. If you're into this kind of music, you will definitely love the. But I suggest you play it, because if you don't play it, it's not like you. The music is meant to be heard on repeat, which is interesting enough, and of course, so is this. Here, I can take it for the context that it's in, which is. I definitely get, but the. My advice first is to play Secret of Mana, see if it grabs you. The music itself should, especially over time. Man, that's fucking rad. This is more. Maybe just a little bit on her boot. The edge of it. So funny. I've practically colored this in a day. Give it a play. I mean, I don't know. Here, let's maybe we'll get lucky with something weird happening. Secret Mana. Remake. Soundtrack. Let's try soundtrack. TBR melancholy music from Secret Atrana. I mean, they remade it, remastered, updated 7 days ago. I mean, we could get lucky with something cool. The worst that'll happen is it'll mute the VOD. So let's see what happens. That's the sound of the dragon. Yeah, this is the melody. It's a little chiptune-y, but this is authentic to the original. Here's Zelda's golden hair. Shit, I hit the wrong button. Get that influence. Once this portfolio is torn through, I'll have time again. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like as soon as I have time, I'll do this. That new Zelda game came out, and I'm like, I should play this with my daughter. What could be better? I'm like, when will I have time? Love these tunes. This music will probably get tagged, unfortunately, but what? Who put it up? 14 years ago? Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I just can't monetize it, I suppose, but... yeah. None on her butt. No sunlight on that butt. But maybe a little bit on the horse's mane. Just enough. Let's do it. We gotta try. Switch is originally for gaming, so you can imagine how many streams would get muted just for playing. It doesn't really happen. It's happened to me a few times, but not necessarily just for playing video game music. Trying to do this right. It's gonna have some influence on the hair, maybe some here, the ear tips. If it's a game like Cyberpunk with more singers and such, then it happens. But stuff like this is usually good. I mean, I agree, but we'll see. I'm not worried about it. It's... every stream right now is a bit of a throwaway. I mean, it's not like it's like... like I'd love it for it to be good content, but... anything now, it's just more of a record of what I'm doing. Sunlight's hitting there. What can happen here? Can it be that light can hit here? That might be too much. before I go too far. Oh, so happy. All right. Let's do a quick save. Then do another save. So now everything we do will be on its own. I've made my own playlist of game and anime music that doesn't get flagged. Well, if you feel like sharing a playlist, I'll take you up on it. There's no... I'm open to playlists that more or less fit into the vibe of retro gaming and nostalgia, and mostly chill. Oh, some of that is looking cool. But no, it's too much on the... Does it make sense? Can we... just sort of explore a little bit what happens? Yeah, this music is straight out of the remake. It's like nothing's changed. I mean, the music was perfect as it was, but... oh. Just every little cheat is like a... It's hard. The way the light is moving, it... You want to go further, but... How do you keep it grounded in reality? And then just not overthink the whole thing. I think it's okay then. Alright, here we go. Playlist. I like this stuff. Alright, I'm gonna bookmark this. Awesome, a lot of stuff here. I never played Kingdom Hearts. That's I feel like that would be good for, like, I don't know, my kids. Is that weird? Kingdom Hearts came out during my era, but it was not not something I ever end up having any experience with. Sort of like Final Fantasy meets Disney or something, right? That's interesting. Being a father of small children, it's Disney is a mainstay in our household. And that, of course, I like Disney stuff, so I'm not opposed to any of it, but it's interesting. Get any sunlight here on the snout? No, I don't think so. think it went too far with some of it. Let's go back. Dial back some of that as far as it'll go. Yeah, that still looks good. All right. I'm going to do like 1 or 2 more things. Here we go. Are you ready? Here we go. Extending a little bit more of this light into this realm. So, given how much we had to cheat the light to get on the horse, we have to cheat the light here now too, which is fine. It's fine. We'll just grade it in a little bit. That looks fine. That's good. Link himself needs a brightness boost at his edges. Hold on. He's getting a little lost. This music would be super funky if you didn't understand the context. It's about people like being lost in the desert and sort of hallucinating while they're battling strange animals. Same thing with Link's hair. Brighter. More highlight. Auburn highlights. Just something that feels like it's present here. Because Zelda's just stealing the show. There's still plenty more to bring to the table, but oh man. Okay. Second to last is this bit of, here we go. Some of this stuff needs a little something. Okay, that's it for that. Okay. All right. Alright, I want to do something that hopefully looks amazing. Quick save. If anybody was watching the stream, they're gone now. The this goofy music, but it's this track is the worst of the bunch, but the here we go. Here, let's see where we get. There. It happened late one evening. What's the next one? Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's dramatic. Here we go. Link's sword here. It's going to reflect. Sword here is going to reflect as much of the sunlight as it possibly can. It's going to glint off of his sword. To such an extent that it exceeds itself and goes into a kind of light bloom. Needs this kind of, let's see, becomes the focal point. And the diamond diffraction isn't quite called for, but something akin to it is interesting. And then, now at this point, this is the brightest object, which is kind of rad. But it's not, in and of itself, it's a light source, so it's not going to project light onto other things, but it will reflect light back onto the eye of the Octorok. Octorok head. Here we go. Sword light. Where would that be? Fuck yes. Find that out just a little. Boom. It's pretty cool. Pretty happy with that. Nice. Well, we'll sleep on it a bit. I'm happy enough to have something that was not, let's see here. Did I save it? Yeah, here it is. You can kind of see what I was... There was a previous version where I, you probably weren't here for it, but I tried to paint in a bunch of... speed paint a bunch of concept light. And that's still to come too, is the, we'll have some radiating light come from the sun that will fill the space, that will sort of act like speed lines. It's going to be awesome. Alright, for now this is good. I'm going to save this. Thanks for indulging. I know this isn't perfect music, but this is nostalgic for me. 50-50 on the... here we go. The iPad, it's a good camera. I'm glad I've indulged it. Here we go. Let's do something cool. That's a pretty amazing little bit of art there. Let's go like this. I don't know. That's the... That's it. That's the reaction. Happy with my my output today. It's a rare thing I get to say. Okay. Squirrel, thank you for I put in work. You are too. We're doing it together. We're gonna dig our way out of here, man. One little pencil stroke at a time, huh? All right, this is good stuff. Hey, man, I'm gonna hit the hay. It is 2 a.m. here in LA, so that's it for me. But you continue on if you have energy, and if not, rest up and hit it again hard tomorrow. You too. Have a good night. Adios. Mm-hmm.